If you're curious about the differences between the wealthy and the poor, ask yourself this question. To what extent do our day-to-day actions and choices affect our financial standing, and to what extent do they leave our fates up to chance? Your choices in life can either help or hurt your chances of becoming wealthy. So in this video, we'll show you 5 ways the rich live differently from the poor, with the 5th way having the potential to fundamentally alter your perspective on wealth. To help this video rank higher in YouTube's recommendations, please like and subscribe. The first thing the wealthy do is prioritize their assets over their debts. Investing preferences are an early indicator of socioeconomic status. Poor people, on the other hand, often hastily purchase liabilities and non-cash generating assets, while rich people prioritize income-producing assets. Let me begin by outlining the key differences between the two. In the world of finance, the term asset is used to describe anything of value that increases in worth over time, such as stocks, real estate, property, or government bonds. Acquiring assets has many advantages, the most significant being the increase in future cash flow that they will provide in exchange for the assumption of current liabilities. Conversely, it could be debts to third parties that need to be paid. Your net worth will decrease if you have any of these debts or non-cash assets. Consider a personal vehicle. Specifically, what if you were to buy a brand new Mercedes-Benz? If you buy a brand new S-Class for $94,240 out of pocket, you can forget about making a profit on your investment anytime within the first 3 years of ownership due to depreciation. If you do decide to sell it, you can expect to get back around 70% of what you paid for it on a good day. A car's rapid depreciation means that despite its outward appearance, it is not an asset. It's obvious that putting money into something that won't bring in any returns isn't a good financial strategy. However, the poor often think this way. People don't realize how much of their hard-earned cash is being wasted on unnecessary extras, like expensive watches, cars, video games, and shopping sprees. In order to amass a fortune, it's wise to put a large portion of your savings into things that can generate profits on their own. What the wealthy do is typical of their class. You could, for instance, put that $94,250 toward the purchase of a condo to be used as a rental property. The money you make from renting out your home can be put toward the purchase of a vehicle. In this way, rather than decreasing your wealth, you are increasing it. This also applies to other bond-related investments, such as stocks and government bonds. For instance, there is a set time of year during which you can collect dividends and interest. You receive a bonus that is in addition to your initial investment and does not require any effort on your part. You can even turn your debts into assets that bring in money, which is great news. Don't let your car collect dust in the garage. Put it to good use by driving for Uber or Living. As a side business, this has great potential. Nothing you own will matter if you give yourself a few hours to despair every day after work. It doesn't matter if it's a wedding dress, a spare bedroom, or an entire floor of your primary residence. There's probably someone who could use it. In any case, you can always rent it out to the rich as a means of supporting their own lifestyles. One way in which the wealthy differ from the poor is in the value they place on traditional employment. Because wealthy people tend to be more adventurous, this is often the case. They thrive when they push themselves outside of their comfort zone. The average person, on the other hand, chooses a 9-to-5 job out of fear of failure and a desire for security, even if this means hiding while being exploited. If my company doesn't take off, what then? But what if someone else has beat you to it? How about an idea of mine? The question is whether or not I have what it takes to run a company by myself. When one is considering leaving a secure job, common concerns include the following. Yet, I have no objection to working for someone else. Indeed, there are experts who, through hard work and dedication, climb the corporate ladder and become financially secure. However, this is typically a sluggish and risky way to build wealth. To what end is this happening? Reason being, there is an authority figure who decides whether or not you should receive a pay increase. Your tricks in salary negotiation may backfire on you. Your company may decide they no longer need you if your responsibilities shift over time. Heck, working for someone else can easily derail your efforts to build wealth in a number of ways. It may take many years of sticking your head through ugly company politics before you finally secure the corner office, and the list goes on and on. On the other hand, being self-employed puts you squarely in charge of your own financial destiny. There is no cap on how much money you can make, and you get to set your own hours, location, and team. It's fair that the inventor of a product that helps millions of people keep all the money made from selling it. There's no denying the educational and personal development potential of entrepreneurship. Although it may be exhausting at first, your efforts will be rewarded in the end. The hard work you put into your business will pay off once you've made it past the initial stages. In fact, you don't have to quit your day job to pursue your dream of self-employment. In fact, you'll find that most self-made millionaires and successful business owners started out by working for someone else, without a strategy in place. The most effective strategy is to launch a second enterprise and grow it to the point where you can give up your day job without sacrificing your financial security. 3 of the wealthy are constantly improving their financial IQ. It's not just about how smart they are in the classroom. Do you know why many academics end up in poverty? Or why some of the world's most recognizable billionaires didn't go to college? Because school teaches you how to get a job but not how to make money work for you. Going to school is not a guaranteed path to financial success. Your chances of becoming wealthy are increased the sooner you grasp this fact. In reality, very little of what you learn in school actually helps you out in the real world. 1. Scholastic IQ. Preys on your vanity by making you feel smarter than you are, thanks to some deceptive use of regurgitation and herbal examination. I do not discount the value you place on education as a means to a well-paying career. It's high time, though, that you acknowledge that a sizable salary is not equivalent to wealth. The least we can say is that when you have no idea how to invest your money or are in over your head with debt, a salary of $50,000 a year doesn't do you much good. Therein lies the importance of a high financial IQ. In terms of financial IQ, it imparts invaluable knowledge that can't be gained from attending school. Allows you to use your time and energy to generate income, and then use some of that money to generate even more. You'll learn to control your spending and develop a habit of saving as your financial IQ rises. You'll find out why renting is preferable to buying a home, why using a credit card is a waste of money, and why the stock market is a better investment during a recession. I may have gone overboard when listing the advantages of learning this stuff. That being said, you may want to consider investing in your financial future rather than paying for an expensive college education. The key to financial freedom is an understanding of how money works, as emphasized by Robert Kiyosaki in his best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Sure, it's impressive that you can do calculus, but how exactly will that knowledge help you cut costs? How can learning about a rabbit's anatomy teach you about investing? I hate to be a downer, but there just isn't any connection. You won't be sorry if you invest some time in learning about personal finance, taking some classes on the subject, and surrounding yourself with other financially astute people if you want to get rich. And if you're interested in learning more about personal finance, I've been collaborating with a seasoned expert to create a course that's nearly complete. You can sign up for an alert here if you want to be among the first to know when it's released. Link is in the description for the wealthy. Opportunity where others see problems and a need to move on is a common trait among the wealthy. This is because the wealthy tend to have a keener eye for seeing patterns and trends than their less well-off counterparts. They've figured out how to turn problems into profitable opportunities, unlike the poor. You might be wondering, what do I mean by this? Here's the gist. While the average person sees a flooded river as a dead end, a wealthy person sees an opportunity to make money by building a sturdy boat to help people cross it. Before you know it, you'll be paying that wealthy person for a ride across the flooded river. And that, I must say, is the key ingredient. In order to build a fortune, you need a mind that can think creatively and come up with game-changing solutions. Do you think it's possible that one day there won't be an online marketplace that facilitates transactions with vendors from all over the globe? Bezos accomplished this by launching Amazon, which has made him one of the world's wealthiest individuals. Rather than dwelling on the issue at hand, wealthy people look for opportunities among the mundane tasks we perform every day. They have an advantage over the poor because of their proactive news. Now, then, what is that? What is it that your friends constantly gripe about? Is your foot hurting? How challenging planks and squats are. Hear their woes and brainstorm a solution. It has the potential to be featured on Shark Tank Season 5. The wealthy were able to maximize their hourly wages. Last but not least, wealthy people optimize their hourly earnings by outsourcing low-value activities. For high-earning activities, in this way, they treat their time like an asset while also giving priority to the activities that attract greater reward for their time, which is arguably the most important distinction between the lifestyles of the rich and the poor. Instead of spending 3 hours mowing their lawn themselves and potentially losing a client, wealthy people would rather pay someone else to do it for them. The act of mowing the lawn is irrelevant. Instead of spending 3 hours mowing the lawn, that time can be put to better use. It could be anything from attending a quick course to wrapping up an outstanding project. A person living in poverty, however, would likely disagree. Even if they loathe mowing the lawn, they might decide that hiring a lawn service is a waste of money and opt to do it themselves. However, if you really stop to think about it, there's really no reason to do something you despise when you could be doing something you enjoy instead. Also, a similar one that increases your money by a whole number would do the same. Learn to value your time as a commodity you can trade. Combine your love of video games and books on personal finance to buy a machine that will help you save time and money. The position of social media manager is at the top of the hierarchy. Hire a video editor to speed up the process of uploading your videos to YouTube, so you can focus on other aspects of growing your business. Consider it the ROTI, return on time invested, of your investments. If the benefit you received from your efforts was worthwhile, then your time was well spent. If the answer is yes, then you should definitely do it. However, if it is not of high enough value, it should be outsourced. Well, you can consider that problem solved. These are the 5 key differences between the lifestyles of the rich and the poor. If you're ready to take your finances to the next level, watch the next video.